Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I like how you introduced me. This person have a lovely voice. I hope so. Okay, I know right now. That's what I have to sing. Jesus, name above all name, beautiful Savior, glorious Lord, Emmanuel, God is with us, blessed Redeemer, living Word, Jesus, name above all name, beautiful Savior, glorious Lord, Emmanuel, God is with us, blessed Redeemer, living Word, Emmanuel, Emmanuel, His name is called Emmanuel. He's God with us, revealing us. His name is called Emmanuel.
Beautiful.
Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks unto the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks unto the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. And now, oh, let the weak say, I am strong. And let the poor say, I am rich because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much, Fred. Those two wonderful songs. All right, is there a Carmelita Smith around? Hey, you, All right. All right, gonna sing What a Mighty God. All right. Smile, but got a powerful voice.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
We're gonna sing this song entitled What a Mighty God. What a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. The angels come before Him, heaven and earth
ahead. Wake up everybody, guys.
When I'm dirty, I'm white. When I'm clean, I'm black. What am I?
The blackboard.
I come in 1 minute. I come in two. I come in once in a minute. I come in 2 in a second. I come in 2 in a moment. And I come in 1 in a year. What? They got this one vampire, the hill. And you know that tree here, sometimes full, sometimes one, and sometimes none.
Thank you very much. Alright. I can't end this thing without me recite this poem at home. Then I'm going, I can't go to the one poem that Mr. Tiega. The name of the poem is Lady in White. She was a beautiful lady, all dressed in lily white. She caressed me very lovingly. I squealed in delight. I feasted my eyes on her. She feasted her eyes on me. She whispered sweet words of promises to me. I put my hands in her hands. She gave mine an icy clutch. The iciness evaporated to warmth. I loved her so much. She took me to her home, and like a lamb I meekly went. I can't recall what happened next, except my lovely said. In the morning when I awoke, the luscious lady was gone. I was so sad, so blue, so down, for now I was all alone. I went around the corner to have a look-see. There sitting among the boys was my white lady. I went around the corner to have a look-see. There sitting among the boys was my white lady. I became very jealous, but it was plain that I could see that my precious lady wasn't only for me. She captivated the fellows. Their glazed eyes were surely. They drank in every word she said. I couldn't understand it. So when she got up to leave, I could see the boys were sad. But me, my heart was pounding loudly. I was so glad. She walked off in the other direction. I called out her name. My deadly white lady was no other than cocaine. I pursued her with much vigor. She gave me the green light. I quoted her in the mornings and I romanced her at night. Obsession turned to addiction. I was never again the same. I now only live for the love of my cocaine. She plunged her powerful talons in the core of my very soul. I became a wretched being, a pitiful sight to behold. I sold my earthly possessions. She destroyed my mental frame. I lost my home, my job, my pride for the love of cocaine. I begged her to release me from her touches, from her vice. I prayed to the saints in heaven. I prayed to Jesus Christ. Jesus heard me crying and gave me sweet release. I now have a positive outlook and indeed an inner peace. So you idiots out there, you have only yourselves to blame if you ever get caught and trapped in a jungle of cocaine. Thank you, thank you. All right, we continue. And who is Jocelyn Garcia? Me? Alright, so Min was one of my students when I was the principal of the Methodist school here in town back then. Used to give me a lot of trouble. You see some of the gray hair put up on this thing here? been made responsible for a few of them. Trust me. So it gives me no, but tonight it gives me great pleasure to welcome Miss Jasmine Garcia to give us a little short story entitled Broken Feet. Please give Min Min a round of applause.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'd like to present this very important story that might send a message to the world. I almost forget some of, just a quick scratch writing. And I didn't finish high school, so I have some grammatical errors. Okay, the story Broken Feet, lesson learned. By the way, my name is Jasmine Garcia again. One night I was asleep when I got a phone call to pay the internet bill. And so I got up and went to answer the call. And on my way back home, I got tempted to stop at a bar to drink with friends and smoke. Till morning came, I got intoxicated, led astray, jumped out of a car, and got my feet broken. Almost died. Was found on a 6 miles highway with a broken foot sleeping. Was founded by Mr. Billy Bowman, who saved my life. I want to say thanks again to Mr. Billy Bowman, who saved my life, because I wouldn't be here today too. And thank Jesus also. He was the one in the spirit realm who kept me alive on that highway, sleeping for hours. And the lesson learned was it's important to have a phone in case of emergency calls. And alcohol and drugs abuse is very dangerous for your health. And Jesus saved my life. Miracles do exist. And I will advise everyone to serve Jesus, because you never know when it's the next second, the next minute, or the next hour. Thank you.
Amen.
Min, I really appreciate testimony, right? Very nice. Please give this person a round of applause. Thank you. All right. I don't count now. I'll give Mr. Tega come from very far, right? So I'll give him another opportunity to come and do one of his poems for us. Please welcome Mr. Tega one more time as he does one of his poems. I think the Yadiu tribe. From the womb of the abyss. I know this will be very deep. All right, go ahead, sir. Oh yeah, you know, words.
Good night once again, everyone. It's very inspiring listening to all the poets, voices, singers, sharing our stories. They all come together to make a whole vision. It's beautiful to listen to. From the womb, the abyss of nothing, fire sing. From the womb, the abyss of nothing, fire sing. From the womb, the abyss of nothing, fire sing. A flower of fire sing. A flower of fire sing. A flower of fire sing. Fire. 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 The divine fire of God sings in every throat. The dawn of suns flying to heaven. The dawn of suns flying to the heaven of every heart. The heaven of every heart singing its joy of sky. The heaven of every heart singing its joy of sky, sun. The Spirit singing in our hearts of heaven. The Spirit of God sings from the womb of life. The Spirit of God sings from the womb of fire, from the womb of eternity's airs of sound, from the night abyss of nothing, from which everything comes. God, the source of everything, from which all life comes, from which all life is born. Throat of dawn vibrating in the blood. This throat of dawn vibrating in the blood. This throat of dawn vibrating in the blood. Sing. 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 Sing this infinity of sound. Sing. Sing. Sing this sea of hearts on fire. The wind of forever sails the cosmos of our tongue. The wind of forever sails the cosmos of our tongues. The wind of forever sails the cosmos of our tongues. This rose of rubies vibrating the blood. This rose of rubies vibrating the hibiscus, flying to song, floating to memory, singing from our imaginations. Listen to this song of fire. Listen to the Spirit singing its light. Listen, listen, listen. Listening is the key to seeing. Listening is the creation of love. Love, love, love. Love is the source of everything. Love is the divine light of God unifying our hearts. Love is the answer. Love is the key. Love is the weapon that is conquering the world for God. Love is the light of God in our hearts. Love, love, love. Share love always. Love is the divine light of God unifying humanity in God's spirit. He and she whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere. Spirit sings the freedom of light. Freedom flies from the light of fire. Freedom flies from the light of fire. Freedom flies from the light of fire. From our throats of dawn, from our voices of visions, from the sun of our songs. Spirit, 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 I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you all, with all my heart. I have spoken, the Spirit of God has spoken. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Thank you. I mean, that guy don't get it. Understand? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
All right. There's Miss Alice Diego. I don't know Miss Alice Diego, but I'm sure we're going to find out who she is before the night ends. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly welcome Miss Alice Diego as she performs the state prayer. Listen. My girlfriend heritage, okay. This should be very nice. Please welcome Mrs. Alice Diego one more time.
Thank you, Mr. Zuniga. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I am not going to claim that I am a poet nor a writer. I was inspired. I want to give Miss Maureen great thanks. I was inspired by her program. I came the first time and I listened and I said, I think I'm interested. I never get out of my house after 6 or after sunset because I was taught that by the time the street lights are on, I should be home. And even though I'm old enough, I have my own keys, I pay my own bills, but that teaching and that my parents instill in me is still there. Sometimes my husband had to tell me, he says, wife, you're grown. I'm your husband. You have a right to go out with me. But this takes me out, it brings me out of my house because there's something about it that really touches my heart. Tonight I'm going to share a little something that I just put together just probably a few minutes, 20, 30 minutes before I came tonight. And the poem is called My Garifuna Heritage. Good old days. Good old days. As the cock crow each day, our spirits awaits. Another day to a familiar way. The sound of axe, machetes, and hoes, welcoming each day. One by one, they beckon each other with the same familiar phrase. Arense Adibo, are you ready? Anate, I'm coming. Neighbors calling to neighbors. Are you ready? The axe are ready. The hoes are ready. The machetes are ready. One by one, the warriors marched. One by one, the warriors marched off to another day's toil. Every day, story was told. The hoe made its own tune, kissing the parched ground. Song breaks through, each telling its own story. There was sighs. I'm tired. There was mourning as the story goes on, each telling their own life stories, communicating their own struggles. This was one of the ways that they uses their energy in a positive way, telling their own life stories. Laughters and sucking of teeth. I'm sorry I can't do it the way they used to do it, but I know we remember that. Remember the old gesture? When they tell their stories about their heartbreaks. Men are gone. Women had to take the role of mother and father. But there was that time when they would sit under the mango tree and encourage each other. One day, these little children are going to be grown and we are going to drink a cup of cold water. They will never be on the street corners. They will never be in the bars. But their friends would be their axe, their machetes, and their hoes. Their sweats would be their water that quench their thirst in this time. Watching their little ones as they struggle to put bread on their table. Above all, there was love. Love in the community. Love for each other. Your child is my child. My child is your child. Those was the good old days. Where does the good old days go? Where is our community lifestyle? Where is our arts? Where is our machets? Where is our cause? The good old days.
And then she said that she is not a writer nor a poet. I don't believe it. Let's hear it one more time for Mrs. Alice Gable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're fast winding down. Some big yarn that take place at Exodus now. No yarn, right? Okay, now we'll have a little dance song. We'll just like an Indian young man, like a Maharaj, whatever that. I must make up words. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly welcome Mr. Dwayne Murillo as he does for us a dance. I know there were Indian dance. I says the man got moving in the middle of the forehead and so on and so forth. You ready?
Then I'm more than call it one did that.
The way I call it? Bindi. All right. And I can put that while you've been there, make I look good.
The dot symbolizes, in a spiritual essence, the location of the third eye or the pineal gland. The pineal gland is actually a gland that secretes melanin, and melanin is what gives each one of us our dark complexion. So, as the saying goes, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So, and the Ajna, the third eye, symbolizes the dot where one of the deities, Lord Shiva, his third eye opens, and when his third eye opens, he becomes in this dreadful state where he destroys wickedness. Okay, so. is to it's dedicating to Lord Shiva. He is the second person in the Trinity for the Hindus. You have Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, who destroys. And Nataraja is one of Shiva's nickname. Nataraja meaning king or the lord of the dances, and Lord Shiva is the founder of the type of dance or dances in India. So you have the type of dance that I do is called Bharatnatyam. It's a 3 words combined. Bhava, which means the emotions. This story, the person tells a story through their body movements, gestures or mudras, and their foot movements. The facial expressions, and raga, which is melody, and natyam, which means dance. So you don't just dance, but you become the character or the deity. So some of these people who dance, male and female, when they dance, they are portraying the different aspects of God as Lord Shiva or his wife Sati or Parvati, who is the epitome of motherhood and Mother Nature, or her more ferocious side, Kali. So this is how the males, the costume looks. The women would have a sari with like the drape. And so you have different dances in India. Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, Kathak. A lot of people think it's just Usagi we have, but we have this type of dance. How I had to learn this was from a young man who came to Belize from Trinidad and taught the basics with a 1-week workshop. And I was hooked on it and ran with it to the point now, just tonight I found out, a friend told me that I was featured in the 20th anniversary for Belize, no, Destination Belize. Like,
Very nice.
So, this costume is actually from Elder from Trinidad. So he made this for me. All the way from Trinidad and free of cost. So
why you don't want karate be very kind of the other one? Just to use it. Alright, but let's say it one more time for Mr. Maria. That really a good twist for the whole performance here tonight. Okay. Okay. The guy by the way, don't tell me you don't get vexed with me, the guy not can't hide it. So let's start from Mr. Truck. Mr. Truck, Aja or Aja? Aja? Rastafari. Please give Mr. Truck a round of applause, please, as he does one of his poems. And right after that, I'll call Nikki for going to do for she poem entitled Dear Future Husband.
What's in the name? The man said Truck, and the name nothing close to that. My name is Encha, and part of the 501 group. You can't get Truck tonight. Speaking of names, I think IOS, young and old, familiar with the name Donald Trump. Everybody familiar with Donald Trump? Alright, but this poem here, not only Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, because to me, not very good. Neither are very good. When I think of Donald Trump, it makes me want to take a dump. I don't care. I'll put it right there in his hair and let it drip on his lip that he used to shout and pout. Donald Trump will put the Nazis over the hump. The KKK will keep killing our kids because black life doesn't matter to him. He's for blue eyes and white skin. These are the people that he represents. This overtly racist president. But now he's the president of the world. So we're all out of luck. we're better off electing than adopt. Because Hillary, we don't want in charge of the artillery. We've all seen her intentional mistakes, all her corruption and lies as Secretary of State. My stomach turned that morning as I drank my coffee, when I learned the reason she killed Gaddafi. And the Western media sang it like a chorus, yet never mentioned the name George Soros, until Saint Assange decided to do some leaking, exposing the havoc this woman's been wreaking. Secret servers and secret meetings, planning her evil while most of us were sleeping. Crooked Hillary of great devastation. Just check the situation involving the Haitians. Seems her intention was to kill through CGI and her husband Bill. America the great hypocrisy. A big top masquerading as democracy. And as funny as that statement may sound, you can actually go to the White House and find the clown. After 8 years of obedient Obama, Americans find themselves in some peculiar drama. But no matter the president or their shortcoming, one thing is for certain, the drones will keep on bombing. Now, I don't read long, so I can't say one poem. I will say next poem. This next poem, local. That one is foreign. This one local. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fear overcomes me. I am soaked in sweat. As I walk through this valley, I shiver and shake in fear of being tempted by the proverbial snake. In this land of make-believe, I don't want to be deceived. And so I ask you, are you red, white, and blue? Or have you seen the red, gold, and green? Government, that wasn't meant to be. That the wrong government the Queen sent for we. Musa and Barrow just increased the sorrow of this little place next to hell, the place left behind by Esquivel. This place used to nice, then came George Price. And now, we get stuck with their youth here, who ready to loot and prostitute the future. This politics business is a game, resulting in hardship, poverty, and pain. The players and the pushers, they are the onlookers as our lives go down the drain. But we can't sit down and wonder while these leaders spread propaganda. We can't sit down and cry when another get a youth man die. Why sit down and gaze while they're planning to shorten our days? We have to rise up and face this battle and help each other through these obstacles. Rise up and face the heat, because freedom never comes cheap.
Look at how bigger and more massive round of applause for any drama. That playing session was very, very deep, you know. You hear all the players in the game, Esquivel, Musa, Barrow, Sarrow, whatever, Donald Trump. I want to be just like, I don't watch too much American politics and so on, but I do hear and I listen, right? So there is something that I was De Niro. I agree with my man saying, I want to punch Trump in the face. I thought I beat the boy. Anyway, I don't have to propagate any kind of violence. I have to promote this show, the 3rd anniversary, the open mic here at Ignacia Cacho, by the way. And I want to call now on Nikki, as she writes a letter to her future husband. Let's hear it for Nikki one more time.
Good night, everybody. I'm Nikki. I'm from 501 Belize today as well. Here to read this poem for you, and I hope I can read it because the book have issues. So I hope I can see the words. Dear future husband, where have you been? have been searching everywhere, looking at every hymn. I thought maybe you didn't exist. After all, I had a long, 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 long list. Maybe that's all you were, just a wish. But here you are, not what I expected, and even better than my own perspective. The you I didn't know I needed. Imagine I thought I knew better than you. How stupid. I'm sorry I didn't wait for you, that I didn't hold on to all my virtue, that I allowed all these low-life thieves to hurt me so much that I probably might hurt you. I apologize for giving pieces of my heart to crooks, leaving me to question everything you do on the books, that due to their unfaithfulness because of lust, I now find it difficult to trust. You and I even haven't met, and still I don't trust you yet. Dear future husband, I'm sorry I've kissed all these strange lips and had all these strange hands sliding all over my hips that were to guard your gold mine. I'm sorry that now you have to dust for fingerprints just to find the killers and the culprits, so that you and I can get our justice, or a fair chance of survival. I'm sorry. That you have been planning all these sweet surprises came across to me that you were just trying to be hiding. You telling me that my beauty is incompatible is interpreted as something horrible, that when you say, babe, let me hold your hand, I respond by screaming, what do you want? Dear future husband, please be patient with me. I pray to God for you, for your speedy delivery, but there's still so much hurt to heal, so many cracks of my porcelain heart, and many tears still being shed in the dark. Future husband, please don't be afraid or discouraged. Please don't give up in a hurry. Please believe when I say I will love you to the moon and back to the dark deep blue. Please believe I'll submit to your command. Please believe I'll have your back. Please know I will support all your dreams. Please know, I don't want to say that line because I see kids. Please know I'll give you children if you want and accept the ones you may already have. Please trust that I will pray with you and for you each day, that no other man will ever get in your way. If you don't believe, know or trust in this degree. If you can't trust me, at least trust the God in me. Dear future husband, see you soon. I love you now and forever. Let us meet in the morning.
Well, Nikki, that's deep. But I think you're scared about it. Frightened nobody, but I can't live up to your expectations. You know. Anyway, let's have it one more time for Nikki, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, we'll wind down slowly. We only have 2 more artists left. And then I'm going to call on Michael Zuniga. I wonder if we are up with a family. Yes, Anthony Zuniga and Michael Zuniga. Alright? And you, if I go into. Alright, blessed. Alright, man, do it too.
Alright. Well, it's hard to follow up after such a good poem, so I haven't been writing for so long, but I'll write something real short. It's called Fearless. Melanin, carbon, not to get caught in the extra jargon. Pardon. The one is lifted by knowledge of self and holistic stardom. I am me, amazing like the first sights of inner earth beings, eating beans and Belize ice cream. System fight your well-being. The whole coffee shop not on your team, but we like forget it, just pass the cream. Thank you.
My bad. We have one more Renaz left for profile. Myrna May Renaz. Please put your hands together for Myrna May Renaz as she does one of her poems for us. let her else as a river, but she look like she on the river side, or the main side, or the one side.
Good night, everybody. My name is Maramie Reynolds. I'm a retired nurse, and I'd like to say a poem and share a little bit about me. So I'll say the poem first, then I'll tell you something about myself. This poem is called The Smooth Operator. And this is dedicated to J.C. Arzu. I know some of you that used to listen to Prem or does listen to Prem knows him. The music starts, then his voice is heard. Slowly, quietly, and clearly he speaks, introducing himself and his program. The smooth operator is operating. Playing, introducing, explaining, sharing what he knows about what he plays. The smooth operator is operating. He plays music that is felt deep within, music that makes you happy, music that makes you cry, music that you can dance to, music to fall asleep with. The smooth operator is operating. From classical, blues, jazz, R&B, dancehall, reggae, and contemporary. Music from the 50s to present day. The smooth operator is operating. Okay. This is just a little something that I wrote a long time ago, but it says something about me. I have always been labeled as spacey, crazy, and upstart because I am an upfront, outspoken, don't take, can't say a word, say it like it is type of individual. I used to hold back a lot of things when I was naive, but now I speak my mind and say the truth. I prefer not to say anything than to lie. Some say I'm too blunt, too loud, and vulgar. Well, sorry for them, if that is, because I'll be that way forever. That is just me. I am an adult who can say who I feel and will forever be who I am, not pretending to please a single soul. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Nurse Reynolds. Now, the way let her know where my favorite song beginning. Where beginning? R? The word where my favorite song. Begin with S? S-H? I? You want to feel position though? Earlier, I'm going to tell Miss Bev that some people like worry and, oh, I want to show up, I love weighing, I kind of got a Creole program. I learned this village when I used to teach there. Oh, I can't come at a party. Yes, that is business. Oh, I can't show up, I'm weighing. I said, yes. Less chicken, less shit. Sorry kids. Right. Okay, now look at it. I look for the program here. All right, we have one more. If I don't call Crystal, she'll kill me. So, Miss Marie, please excuse me. I'll call Crystal. Then I'll call you. Then Ansel will wrap it up, and then Miss the assistant librarian will close off. No, please don't go nowhere. We have lots to eat and drink, and of course, while we eat and drink, the terrific will be entertaining us. Okay, so We can get Crystal, she'll do 1 more minute, and then from there, we'll finish that goes off. Love it, sir.
Good night again. I have one more phone. I just write it. This one entitled, If You Tickle Me. Now please keep an open mind, okay? If you tickle me, I might breathe hard. If you move like that, I might even moan. If you start to wiggle like that, I might think, oh Lord. If you move up and down, I might start to groan. If you tickle me, I might start to feel wet. If you move like that, I might start to freak out. If you start to wiggle like that, I might start to sweat. And if you move up and down, I will want to shout, oh gosh, you're so big, I don't want to move. Gosh, you're so slender and into the groove. You make me so self-conscious, oh man. You make me want to do things unbecoming of a woman. If you tickle me like that, I might start to breathe really hard. If you move like that, I might even want to loudly moan. And if you start to wiggle like that, I might scream, oh Lord. If you move up and down, I might start to really groan. I can't take it anymore. I might have to wash my hands with some soap and water from the hose. I finally get that big bubble out of my nose.
Oh my goodness. That's for the women that you see here rated PG. And I don't know what night we'll go, they will have a few more letters to it. Alright, thank you very much, Crystal. Listen, another round of applause for Crystal, and then Bobo over she goes. Alright, we'll wrap up now. So we're going to call on Dee, alright, to do her thing and then answer what goes off. Right.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again for coming. I know I look hard on me, right? But remember, as you leave, you get a snack at the door because you don't eat in the library. This is, which library is?
Ignacia Cacho. Ignacia Cacho.
The best library.
The library.
The best library in the world. Hello. Only we have this view, right? Thank you. Again, we have to say thank you to Panoramic Fixed Band. Come on, guys. Thanks to Mr. Lee for our video doctor. Thanks to the audience. You can have a round of applause, guys. Miss Margaret and 501 crew. Mr. Alan with his saxophone, Miss Cassandra, the decorator, Mr. Chapman. Miss Chapman was here earlier decorating. And all our artists, thank you, thank you, thank you. Our MC for this great job, Mr. Zonika, thank you. Our photographer, temporary, thank you, Mrs. And all the poets. And now I'm going to do one at a time, but I will switch phone tonight. I'll do I Will Survive. So work with me, please. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I've been strong. And I learned how to get along, and now you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you there with that sad look upon your face. I should have change that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second to be back to my me, so out the door, right out the door. Just turn around now. You're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay you and die? No, no, not I. I will survive for as long as I know love. I know I'll be alive. I've got all my life to live, and I've got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey, thank you. I said.
In the house, I'm giving her a little blast. She's a survivor, alright? Okay, Panarific ready for take-off. So we're going to have one more poem from Ansel, and then from there, I get a Panarific, we'll go, and then I'll close off. I'll call Mrs. Sabal to come and give us a vote of thanks, and then we'll say good night and have your snacks, like I said. But no eating in the library. That's our perennial rule across the world, okay? Let's give Mr. Ansel Diego a round of applause as he does for us. Well, he gets some praise the poem, praise that and mine. And I know you're like shot right now. Go ahead.
No poem, no praise that, I just know them behind the podium. I just read this poem here, but this poem is an answer for my poem. Can you tell me, do a new poem now? Because, yeah, this is a challenge I'm going to read. I'm here by the camera. So I write this poem like 3:30 today. But before I write it, the name of the poem is I Am From a Place. So I have this poem named Who Me and Where I Come From, right? I think most of you know the poem. Yeah. Right? So, who me and where I come from. Now who me and where I come from. Because I am not bad and I look a little bit like the Nigerian. The lady in the market tell me I'm a most African, but she don't know me or where I come from. Now who and where I come from. Now who, me and where I come from. Because my last name is Diego and I go lingua bueno. The teacher at school tell me I must come from Mexico, but she don't know me or where I come from. Now who, me and where I come from. Because I like where I turban and I look a little bit like a Taliban. The people over immigration tell me I must come from Afghanistan, but they don't know me or where I come from. Now who, me and where I come from. Now who, me and where I come from. Because I'm a Rasta and I like say yeah man, the pretty girl about tell me I'm much Jamaican, but she don't know me or where I come from. The who, me, and where I come from. The who, me, and where I come from. Because for my football I have a lead skill, my coach tell me I'm ill. I must come from Brazil, but they don't know me or where I come from. The who, me, and where I come from. So this poem is so that I am from a place. It answers where I'm from, right? But you know, it's dramatic. It's a regular poem. I am from a place. I'm from a place where the people smile is bright like sunrise. Where the sun kisses the seashore as morning rise. I'm from a place. I'm from a place where the kids play freely on the street. I really want this mic because this mic kind of something low. I am from a place. I'm from a place. I'm from a place where the people smell is bright like sunrise, where the sun kisses the seashores at Martin Drive. I'm from a place where the kids play freely on the street. In this place, less matter is weak. I'm from a place where the fruit falls like sand on the beach, where fresh water is only a hand reach. I'm from a place where elders are greeted as auntie and uncle, where parents are still a couple. I'm from a place where marbles and skips are still alive, where kids still climb trees and swim in the sea. I'm from Little Africa in Belize.
Good night. Alright, let's hear it one more time from Sabino, please. Alright, so, okay, now we're going to call on the Sabah to give us the vote of thanks. And from there, we're going to take care of the panerific. And I want to thank each and every one of you for having graced us with your presence tonight. It was wonderful. I really learned a lot. And I might just take some of these things to the students who I teach at the junior college. I love it. Poetry is my thing, right? Anything, writing, short stories, those are my cup of tea anytime. So please welcome Ms. Sabah as she does for us the vote of thanks. Ms. Sabah is your assistant librarian here. Okay.
Good night, everyone. On behalf of the Ignacia Cacho Library, I'd like to thank you all for being here. Special thanks to Mr. Prospero Castillo and family, DFC, Mr. Ronaldo Zaid, Honorable Frank Papa Mayor, Belize National Library Service, Mrs. Erica Slater and family of Atlanta, Mr. Warren and Mrs. Sharon Chadwick, B&E, Miss Margaret Vernon of Tobacco Confess, Miss Cassandra Cale and family, Miss Jirai Chapman, Miss Romy Sabal and the Library Committee, Miss Margaret Reynolds and Poets of Spoken Word Group of Belize City, Miss Jean Marin of Florida, Miss Feline Caetano, Miss Indira Williams and family, Steel Band, Alan McCoy of Belize City, Miss Rose Grant and of Cassava Fest, Ansel Diego, April Serrano, Kent Ninja Mac, Jason Guerrero, Crystal Lopez of Crystal Creations, Ray Jean Lawrence, MC Maestra Anthony Zuniga, the Barnett family of New York, Belize Bank and Perlin Jones and family. Thank you all.
7 May, thank you for my boutique, and I said guten Nacht. I got a good night in German for someone who don't know what happened. German now said that it's like the hardcore guten Nacht. Alright, good night everybody. Thank you very much for your presence. And then there's snacks available. And let's hear it for Panderific as it brings us with some of their music. Thank you very much. But it's not just Riti Buyo, Guten Nacht. and Camille for this third anniversary of Open Mic here at Ignacia Cacho Library in Nigeria. But before I continue, kindly give another round of applause for the Panorific Band, all the way from Canada City, well-known band. Okay, it's Open Mic Night, third anniversary like I mentioned earlier, and I promise you it's going to be very wonderful. We have poets, upcoming poets who will be performing their poems here tonight. And then of course I have some older guys like myself who will be doing some of my poems as well. Before we begin though, kindly stand for the singing of the Belize national anthem. For some of you who can stand, please do so. People in the jungle can be excused. 2, 3. Oh, land of the free by the God, nature has blessed thee with wealth untold. O'er mountains and valleys where prairies roll, our fathers the Benue, Valiant and bold drove by, invaders this heritage hold. From Calabria under to Old Star Spoon, through coral lands over Blue Lagoon, keep watch with the angels, the stars and moon. For freedom comes tomorrow's noon. Arise, ye sons of the Benue sun. Put on your armor, clear the land, drive out the tyrants, let us free. Land of the free, by the carrying sea. Kind of in something else. We bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful night that you have granted unto us. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for our talents that are born. Bless each and every one of us, the homes of which we come. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Please be seated. I will commence by reciting one of my poems from the book that will be published very soon. The book's name is To an Aspiring Poet. And here is my poem from the name of that book, To an Aspiring Poet. Hold high the torch of written words in luxury in your time. Your words are such, you've got the touch. So precious, rare, sublime. I beseech you, my little friend, to write with heart and will. Your words are true and encouraging too. You are meticulous in your skill. So write on, brother, write on, sister, write on with love and zest. You've got the desire like a burning fire to be the very best. Then when your art is being exalted and you've attained a reputation, your works, I know, will be a great show in honor and distinction. And when your earthly life is done, you've gently passed away. We'll have no fear. You've done your share. You've helped us all the way. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Getting the ball rolling, and I want to call Miss Marie confused me just now, but I'm going to call on a former student of mine. She's the tallest person in the building right now. I want to call, please, ladies and gentlemen, kindly give a round of applause for Crystal Lopez. Poet, an artist, and extremely talented individual. I feel the smile today.
Good night, everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Ms. Crystal Lopez. I'm one of the female local artists here in Madrigal and in Belize. I'm proud to be here tonight. Welcome. It's third anniversary, and trust me, we have a lot of love here at Ignacia Cacho. Lot of love. So welcome again. We're gonna go straight into this thing. Please not catch F, right? A real-life superhuman. Batman can be defeated. Superman is the man of steel. Catwoman can kick you till you're seated. And Aquaman will ignore you to talk to a seal. Spider-Man can sling a web. Green Lantern can form any shape. Wonder Woman can make you admit anything that's in your head. And Thor can wow you with his hammer and his cape. But even though these superhumans have many talents and powers throughout time, there's one that beats them all. He stands tall. The swift, the charming, the ultimate Joe Grind. He leaps fence higher than high. He jumps through windows, disappearing in thin air. He can run faster than you can think. Sometimes you'll even consider if he can fly. But he can steal your girl with one stare. People say Grigger Man is the ultimate Joe Grind. He can surely fast talk. He can smooth walk. And when Punta song, poor either man could whine. No superhuman or superhero can match him hand to hand. None can compare to such a slicker in such a time as this. As ever, since time was time, no man can catch or capture such a man. Yes, he's the best of the best. I'm not lying. So there you have it, people. None can compare, none can catch, none can capture. Guess who? Mr. Joe Grind. This one I have to dedicate to Miss Sherry. Because I was fasting and she asked me, write a poem. I said, what? Call out the word and I said, I don't know nothing about that. Well, here we go. A Belizean newborn disease. And anybody have any idea what you think it is? No? Alright. You can find out. Did you know that there's a new sickness in town going around? People fainting, vomiting, stumbling and falling down. Their hair is falling out. They have anxiety. They scream and they shout. What if? This is the greatest worry. Should I delay a doctor visit or should I go in a hurry? What if I get a bad result? What if it changes my life and my needs are changed? What if the results makes me go insane? What if I have to give up everything I love in this for a new life? What if I end up struggling and suffering in strife? Belizeans have a new epidemic that is taking over. This sickness is spreading like weed and clover. No, it's not jaundice, Zika, chikungunya, malaria, scarlet fever, HIV, H1N1, or anything I have mentioned per se. Belizeans are suffering for whether they should go or not to go to the ICJ. Thank you.
All right. Let's say it one more time for Mr. Lopez. I have a poem entitled At Home that Crystal wrote for me some years ago when I taught her literature at Belize Academy, named Malpago. But for whatever it is, I just can't remember that poem. That's what I'd like to recite it for you tonight. Anyway, let's say it one more time for Mr. Lopez, and I know you will get it from here later on. Okay, we continue. I'm going to call Mr. Sean Taylor, all the way from Belize to grace us with his poem, The Spirit, or whichever one you want to say. Let's do it. Let's hear it from Mr. Sean Taylor.
Thank you, Anthony. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's beautiful to be here. Dambriga is always beautiful, and I always feel warmly welcome here. And it's the people who make it that way. So God bless you always, Dambriga. I love you all. Ms. Beverly Marin, thanks for the invitation to come this evening. It must be applauded and encouraged and supported this kind of night of poetry and plays and music. It's a beautiful evening and it's a special space you have developed, and I pray God sustain your strength. The first poem I'll share this evening is Spirit. Spirit, a voice of fire blazes the future, sailing the spirit with wings of fire, sailing the cosmos with a tongue of storms, a tongue of remembering, singing the future with its eye of prisons, the memory, mother of imagination, singing truth to the ear's focus of stars, hearing spirit in the heart sees drum of death, waves of flame nourishing a breast of pearls, a breast of diamonds blazing the sun's womb of life, the sun's hands of wind instructing the lungs to breathe sky, instructing the future to be born and sing its infinity of fire. A heart of birds, a heart of sea. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love you with all my heart. Dream the distance of death. Dream the future alive with suns. Dream the sky song of wind, transforming the belly to dreams, transforming God to the spirit of all spirits, the spirit of imagination's fire, harmonizing the knowledge of balance and stars, of fire and focus, launching life to dream, to the space of forever, to the infinity of seeing launched in the eye of all directions, in the eye of God's tongue of diamonds, in the future's kaleidoscope of sun, in the mother's womb of astral water, in the abyss of nothing. Thank you.
Spirit by Mr. Sean Taylor, please, another round of applause. Really sorry about that.
Anybody know how to?
Yeah, we got a technician there. And shortly, he's a saxophonist. And the man knows how to blow good. He knows how to blow the saxophone. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Okay, I want to call now a young man from the junior college. It's one of my first experience there. Alright? So he got it like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, kind of put your hands together for Mr. Markel Marley. And he will do the first poem entitled Strong.
Firstly, okay, the name of my poem is Strong, right? It goes like this. Yes, I am strong and ready. Life is full of happiness and tears. So be strong. Be beautiful, be you, and have faith. If someone tries to bring you down, stay strong. If someone tells you hurtful words, stay strong. Show them that you are powerful. Smile and move on, because life don't get easier. You'll just get stronger. Stay strong and move along. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Markel, 5 points plus 5, how much that? 5 plus 5. How much that? 10 points, Markel. Excellent. Please give Mr. Marine another round of applause. Thank you. I want to welcome one of my students who are here tonight. I say Gail, Man, Jez, Sadie, and then Markel. So at least 5 there. Anybody else? I'm still one of my students at the junior college. Okay. It was 5. Thank you. You get 10 points. Okay. And if you're going to perform, we'll get the next 5. I don't give it points. You have to work for it, right? You all agree? All right, thank you. All right, I think it's time for us to get a little musical injection. All right, a musical interlude. So I will call on Mr. Alan McCoy. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Alan McCoy. As he performs, you'll be hearing a Los Bookies and something else he told me earlier. New Kid in Town, know that? Honesty and then a Los Bookies. Okay, so you need any assistance?
Just to hold it and speaker.
Okay, speaker. Miss Brittany Cepeda. Is Brittany here? Okay. Alright, let's see Los Bookies first. I love Los Bookies. Twist me into yes.
Good night, everybody. I just want to first of all say thanks to Miss Beverly Marin for letting me come out to the 3rd annual open mic night. Wanna feel good tonight, right?
Yes.
Alright. Here we go with this one. Tus mentiras con by Los Bookies. Enjoy.
I love it. Alright, I'm gonna do our next song that I enjoy too. It's called A New Kid in Town. New Kid in Town, and that's done by the Eagles. Hoping I love that one there as well. Hope I find it right now. Where is it? Where is it?
All right.
Sorry about that, I just want to let the public know that I have an album CD that I'm here to launch today. I didn't get a chance to do this CD, to get a chance to do it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's called The Rhythm of Word Plays Spanish Hits, and later on I'll be playing one song from off that album. So if any of you need a copy, you can let me know. This is for $5. So if you need one, tell me. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Mr. McCoy. No, I want to call a lovely young lady who said I'm going to the front end, but pretty young. All her dates. She's 13 years old and you're going to Ecumenical High, where you're going at 6th form. She's in first form at Ecumenical High School. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands before I sit down. She has a poem about us. Now, earlier, Christian, we talked about diseases. Now, this one about something that is affecting a lot of us. It's very close to my home. I have a sister who is presently suffering from breast cancer. Miss Sapira, Brittany has a poem entitled Cancer Poem, and she wrote it herself. Please give Brittany a round of applause as she comes up and read her poem for us.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
As Mr. Zulega has said, I do have a poem entitled Cancer. Hope is the hot rock upon which I hang my dream. Cancer, it is something, yes, deadly, but it does not mean it is the end. Maybe you think there is no hope and your life is finished. Hope, heads up, on with life and no giving up. Push yourself to reach your goals. Encourage others and it will help encourage yourself. Believe God is real. Faith, God is listening. Hope, miracles do happen. We cannot let that sickness win us over. Yes, the battle is hard, and if we do not win, it's not because we lost. It's because God was calling us to live with Him. Not one, it's many of us whose family members are suffered, but we cannot let that stop us. Listen, cancer is not something to be ashamed of. You can actually help someone suffering by telling them your story. So hey, now that you know all about this disease and how to overcome it, let's all be supportive, let's all be proud, let's all be courageous, because you and I know there is a God who is always with us no matter the cause. We are all God's children no matter the age. We're all God blesses, listens, and performs miracles. Remember, you are never alone. God's presence is always with you.
Beautiful.
So young and very, very insightful. One more time for Miss Brittany Sapira and our poem Cancer. Okay, moving along. I want to call another student of mine from the college. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Sadie Rowland to do her poem. Poem short and sweet.
Good night, everyone. My name is Cirola, and I wrote a short poem entitled I Admire Nature. Nature is everything that wasn't created by man. It cannot be controlled by anyone. I admire the beautiful trees that sway from left to right, and the delightful blue sea that is filled with marine life. I admire waking up every day to an amazing sunrise and going to bed to a charming sunset. I admire being a part of a world so bright, but be it, I cannot forget about the night, the moon, and the stars that are ever so bright. I admire the cool breeze giving me goosebumps. I admire the gentle flowing of rivers and waterfalls that makes me meditate. It reminds me to never build feelings such as hate. I admire how nature takes care of itself and mankind. I surely cannot tell nature it has its time. Nature is everything that wasn't created by man. It cannot be controlled by anyone. I admire that nature is always going to be there, and because of that, I admire the fact that nature truly, truly do care. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Excellent. Okay. You really move along very nicely. So, I know I can't make a mistake. I want to come from one of the Reynolds there. There's a Margaret Reynolds and a Mary Lee Reynolds. Who are come first? Who say it? Then, after this, we'll have a new next music for who is. Alright, we are come to that and you are Margaret Reynolds. Everybody, please welcome Miss Margaret Reynolds.
I just want to say on behalf of Spoken Word 501 from Belize, the poetry group from Belize, I'd like to say congratulations to Miss Marine and the Ignacia Cacho Library Poetry Group. You're doing a great job. You're at 3 years and counting. And you all must keep it going. I mean, at such a time in society, believe me, the youths need a lot of outlet, and this is one way of doing it, so keep up the good work. Tonight I'm going to do 2 pieces. The first one is entitled A New Poem. Tonight I'll recite a new poem, and just to tell you a bit about it, first of all, it's long, written in many different places, like on the bus, to and from work, on my lunch break, and even at work time. But don't tell my boss, because he might consider a decline in my salary. I also wrote it in the kitchen, in the bath, in my bed, when I'm about to rise and before retiring. Oh, and also in my dream. And in case you're wondering, yes, I talk and write in my sleep. As to recreating, now I don't go to the clubs or parties, or I'll be writing there too. Absolutely no restrictions to me writing this poem. So when I go to the movies, yeah, I'm writing. And you may ask, who takes along pen and paper to the movies? Well, if no one else does, I do. And a lot of you know well you've been sneaking things into the movies. And don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I write that in my poem too. And when I go to the park, that's when I write my best, because I get to reminisce and the inspiration flows. And coming to events like this, even now, in fact, I was just adding a few more lines on my way over. Now I started writing this poem a long time ago, even before I started writing. I took the time to capture flashes from the far recesses of my psyche. Even my mother is amazed at me remembering, but the evidence is there, it's written, which takes me back to the beginning of this poem. It started with my 1971 poem. By the way, that was a great year. FYI, that's the year I was born. And it includes my childhood bliss poem, She's Not a Dancer poem, and my Poetry Is poem, which encircles all aspects of life. And poems expressing present-day struggles and strife, like in these Streets poem. This is not a love poem, My Day in Court poem. What Will It Profit You poem, and more personal and emotional pieces like Don't Come Looking for Love poem, Liberation and You and Maxborough Road poem, Me, Myself and I poem. And just so you know, that's not a selfish poem. Then there are deep poems, the written to make you think poem, like If I Fall poem, What If poem, Ebbing Tide, The Unveiling and Fads and Fancies poem. Then as to the moods of this poem, when I'm sad, I write. When I'm happy, I write. When I'm confused, I write. When I'm just amazed to write, I write. When I'm dumbstruck and have a writer's block, I write. When I don't feel like writing, I write. And when there's nothing to write about, I write. So as long as the clock goes on ticking and the moods keep on swinging, I can go on writing and reciting my new poem. But I was told I have just a few minutes left on this stage. So I'll move on to tell you about the title, Rage. Now this was kind of difficult to come up with. But after that explanation about the poem, I think you'll understand why I had to battle with titles such as On the Bus poem, To and From Work poem, Lunch Break and Work Time poem, and Don't Tell My Boss poem, In the Kitchen, Bath and Bed poem, On Rising, Retiring and In My Dream poem, Talking and Writing in My Sleep poem, and I don't go to the clubs or party poem, but I do go to the movies poem, See the Things That You All Do poem, and In the Park poem, Coming to events like this poem, and retracting back to the beginning of this poem, as my sterile lung screams for air poem, Every Now and Then poem, Her Soul moving gracefully to the rhythm poem, Poetry Is poem, Encircling all aspects of life poem, Present Day Struggles and Strife poem, Where Vengeance is Greater Than Life Itself poem, Martin Luther, Marley and Shakespeare poem, Tried and Convicted as a Result of My God-Given Beauty poem, Your Father Refuses to Admit You're the Seeds of His Loins poem, my more personal and emotional pieces poem, My Heart is What's Cool and Void poem, Pulling Myself to Freedom poem, Facing the Dawn of that Freedom poem, After the Walk on the Lonely Road poem, Me by my side trying to answer my questions and console myself like there's no one else in this world poem, and the deep poems, If I Should Get Caught Up with Worldly Pleasures poem, and the Thought Eating at My Brain poem, Embalming the Frame of My Existence poem, Evading Your Dreams poem, Like a Time poem, and a Mood Swinging poem. Now it was too difficult a decision to entitle this poem, so I finally decided to call it My Life poem.
Beautiful.
Okay, and my second piece, well, I hear a lot of students in the house, so the second piece is entitled The Physics Behind This Poet. We have any students here doing physics? None? Okay, well then maybe this would be a physics lesson, right? But the physics behind this poet. I consider myself a poet, though not passionate when it comes to rhymes. Only in time will you understand that being a poet doesn't mean I like reading, and sitting to read doesn't mean I attain, and yet if I do doesn't mean I apply. My favorite subject was math, hated lit with a zeal, having to delve in the life of Kino, Becker, and Beppotate's who would have taught you to call me writing. I can safely say, and today I confess, my first love was numbers. Ardently I go into them, but now I'm older, more slow-paced and cautious. Moved on over to the sentimental and mushy stuff. I've taken words as my sweetheart. I bend them and mold them to my light, then spew them on keen air and watch fervently, inspecting the swirls and skid marks they leave on your face. Me in control, but for the few opportunities I'm given to deliver, so I give it my best shot, whipping up harsh messages coated with delectable words that they may be palatable. The audience comes first. They always do. So anything to get you first, listening, then send messages deep enough to have you thinking. Maybe at some point I'll get you to see things from my point of view, even if for a moment. Have you experienced the world around me or my personal strides? So for the lit-loving, word-hugging readers, these lyrics are fine, but for the figure-gorging math enthusiasts, I found myself experimenting a couple times. Once I tried throwing sines and cosines in the midst of my lines. The result? Metaphoric tangents, unknown similes? Nah. I've learned they just don't combine. You see, my words can be measured by miles per hour. Though the thought would be nice, they're my verses multiplied by rhymes. So to you taking up my poem, read sparingly and remember that behind this poem lies one that writes. Not because words exist, because even if they didn't, these messages would remain only trapped in the soul, heart, and mind. So thanks to words, pages, and ink, my thoughts, emotions no longer overflows. I release them that they may fall in keen airs, digested in the mind, planted in the hearts that I may live on. even after my demise, I believe I've found a new love.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Miss Girls. Yeah, these poems are very deep, man. You have a poetic license, like I can see. All right? Okay, all the way from Belize City. Let's hear it for River of Fire.
Everybody always wants to know why they call me River of Fire. My mother named me Harley Evan Burke. Harley in Old English is river, Evan in German is Auf, and Burn in Creole is fire. And so that's how I ended up with the name River of Fire. When I realized that I was African, a man named Sheikh Diop told me, when you recognize that you are an African, you're supposed to change your name. But you have to remember to pay respect to your mother who named you. Because the most important person in your life to pay respect to was woman. Because it was brought them and they keep bringing them. And so that's why I chose the name River of Fire for my pending. And so after all my poems I say by River of Fire. But it's by more than River of Fire all the times, because none of my poems are only from my mind. They're from somebody else's idea that made a suggestion to me to write the poem. So it's always from we versus I. So, now my poems. The poem I was going to read first is When I'm Young. And this is a poem about Belize, what it was, and Belize now, what it is. And it goes like this. When I'm young, Belize City, I'm in town. The road, them in brown. Melcher, I'm in fire born. The people that seldom from to the land where we born. One child may sing, no song, and one banana may split 7 years old. When I'm young, 6 picnic sleep in a one bunk bed. Here I'm in nappy, no dread. What high heel could catch your head. Pencil, and may wood and lead. Eraser, and may chewing gum instead. You had picnic after your wedding. And marriage, and may 50 years or dead. When I'm young, the queen may have a crown. Job could be from. Palace and majestic, line may long. Barracks may have beat sand. Coconut grows with sun. Jubilee and band, may let a village and town they brand. When I'm young, Griganan, I may stand great tongue. When I'm young, my ma used to sing Gal Skin Brown. When I'm young, Mr. Priceland rode the land. When I'm young, we had good opposition, like Mr. Goldson. When I'm young, them and words, I mean they're born. Today, I'm young. All I see, now a whole lot wrong. My river. The next piece I'd like to present is a piece It's not my words again, it's Odinga Lumumba, the leader of the 1981 rebellion in Belize City, when they brought the heads of agreement to Belize. And it's his words. I sat at Parish Hall when he, Ms. Sandra Coy, and other speakers, Godwin Halls, were speaking. And I took his words and I made a poem out of it. So that not me really write this, the Odinga said it, and I just took it and turned it into a poem. It's called Belize, You Da For We. And one of the ways I write is I write acrostic poetry where I spell out the word Belize, You Da For We. And then I use that to create the poem. We, not I. Belize, You Da For Me. Belize, my beautiful Belize, You Da For We. Even though my brother don't really seem to see me. Love you I do, from Guatemala to the sea. In you I believe, cause you are for we. Zionists have Israel, and the British say you're free. Even though you swear to the crown, not the tree. You know what, man? You don't seem to yarn when you are gay turn. Uno would rather burn than think of spurn liars to the unborn. This stuff for we country, for we century. Time for remove entry. Arise, farm and factory. Put up your sentry. Frightened about your future. The hope and you, yeah. Your wow suture. Only the crime of culture. We true that rape by vulture. With time don't come. We don't have to use our gun. We could stand as one and enter our petition. Attention, United Nations, Belize, amended back up the Guatemala Constitution by River of Fire.
Thank you for those two excellent poems. River of Fire. Let's say it one more time for River of Fire. Man, the burn, man. Alright, I think we'll take a little musical break when I have an honorific again. Please don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, Ms. Marion, you have something you want to say? Okay. Okay. Support if you can. Alright, so we'll take a musical intermission, and then we'll be right back after these messages. Okay. Terrific, I could tell you something, they're very terrific. So, here we go. give the terrific Steel Man another massive round of applause. Come on, man, make a yell, man. We'll take a little break. We're going back into this and then for the we're going to nice it up again after this. Alright? I guess what? If I feel like moving, so I like waste good music. Alright? So you know, try and move this barrier. So I encourage you all. If you feel like moving perfect band to play, just get up and move. You know what I mean? Move to the groove. Alright, then how? Okay. Miss Maria, tell me where I know I'm ruffle. You got a ruffle. Alright, okay. Some of you have gotten some tickets or discount or something. Hold on to it because we have a lot of gifts and so on that we'll be giving out in a few minutes. Approximately Caribbeans. Alright, you guys, I can raise like that. And you know the new people too? Well, I want to hear this. You need the mic? Not the shame, just you said it for the sheep, right? So not the word. Go ahead.
Everybody has a name. Some are different, some are same. Some are short, some are long. All are right, none are wrong. I love my name. It's special to me. It's exactly who I want to be.
Beautiful.
Sean and Steve, everybody has a name. Please give Miss Nita another round of applause. Thank you very much, Steve. Now we're going to do some ruffles.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Just now. I know, right? I might have to say stand up, stretch to the sky, touch the ground. But you want to do that? Alright, good. I am Beverly Murray, the librarian at Ignacia Cacho Library. We have two libraries in town. Ignacia Cacho here. The best library in the world, people. Hello. The Caribbean Sea, that's priceless. No other library in the world has this view. Hello. Good. And we have Aranata's library. We cover the Belize National Library Service and Information System. We have 48 outlets. 48 outlets, more or less. As you can see, I'm looking in my hands, I'm trying to read. I need to welcome you guys coming. Thank you so much. We have to acknowledge, first of all, the Almighty for bringing us here in life. The family of Mrs. Ignacia Cacho for this building, her son Pat Cacho and family, her nephew over there, Mr. Cass, and his sister, Mrs. Castillo, and your friend, thank you. We have to also acknowledge 501 from Felicity. Thank you, Miss Marwick, Sean, Indra, Dwayne, River Fire, Miss Marin to the back here, Angel from PG, thank you for coming. We also have Panoramics Band from the Japan. We have Mr. Alan, McCoy and his saxophone. We also have my mother from Florida, Miss Jean Marie, thank you. Mr. Ryan just came back, thank you, and his friend. Everybody called him Miss Feline. From the local, she is in charge of the Belize Heritage Library, and she is doing the video for us. I sent a link to some people who have emailed for last year's event. She's the person who did that, so let's give her a round of applause, please. We have to also acknowledge my daughter at the back, Cassandra. She did the decorations and the stuff. We have to acknowledge my committee, Mr. Ansel, Miss Perline, Miss Ishmael, Mr. Castillo, and all the rest who are not here, but are here with us in state. We have to acknowledge them also. We have to thank each of us for being here with us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate this. And you all know when I first started and I said, "I'm is coming," they said, I'm Bandiko. I'm Bandiko because I said, "I'm Bandiko." I said, "I'm Bandiko." I know it was a phone. Well, I started to pray because I am an awesome God. Amen. Lord, I didn't see me have a band here and just a phone. I couldn't get a steak and put in a phone, right? But I get sandwich and put a bun. That are two things. Normally we have one. Oh, and a baked cake to the people so we have cake on top. So I say we have an anniversary. Right? So give us a couple of applause, please. I forgot to acknowledge Mrs. Diego and says mom over there. Thank you so much for coming, mom. I gave us some numbers just now, so I need to call numbers over the time so for the team please. What? And I have nobody behind this, we said number 12. Number 12, I just want to read out number 12, please. Then answer come to search me for the name, number 12. Number 12.
We don't want to give Miss Perline anything, so Miss Perline a Methodist. So Miss Perline, you know, they win nothing. They can make it all one time.
Next number. 24.
24. Well, let's keep it by What's up, brother? All right. Who's that?
Next number.
Next number? 20. Number 20. Number 20. Mr. Bilal, please come in front of your gift. Give Mr. Bilal a round of applause for him. This is good, that way it's a hard one. I guess see me. Okay. Alright, one more number. Some Santos. Oh, Gail outside. Alright, she don't got it already. Better inside, good. One more number. 35. Yeah. Markel Marine. What's the 35, right? I'll call my number. Alright. It's about Markel. Alright. 33. Who's that? Amani Alvarez. She's around? Now she or he? You know what I give? Alright. Next, another number? 14. Who's that? Cyril Gachinanga too. Cyril, I don't see her, she left already. Yeah. I think we had 27. 27? All right. 27, yes. Carmelita Smith. All right, you see the pretty girl in front of us. Okay, great, great. Yes, ma'am. What? Well, I see good Miss Smith, a round of applause. Thank you, thank you. All right. We got 3 new right now. The one with the more and this one. Now 3, right? Oh, 2. Oh. Say, I don't know mathematics and arithmetic person. You know mathematics. All right, another number? 60. 60. Mark Martinez, got outside too. Not inside. Yes, all right. Okay, go there. One more. 66. Samantha Marin. Sefoy, yes, Sefoy. Next, another number? 72. 72. You got a read for tomorrow. 72. Chantel Castillo. Sorry, sir. Chantel, a former student of mine at the Little Academy, right, Chantel? All right. Look at one of them, sir, you and them. Share cousin. All right. Ça va passer. Another number, anyone? 42. 42. Margaret Reynolds, right behind him, right behind him. Margaret Reynolds from Williams Spoken Word 501. Please give Ms. Reynolds a big round of applause for that. All right, thank you. All right. So the camera over there. All right.
Next number?
Another number.
That's the number?
That's it? 63. 63. 63. Who's that? Right? You can just get out of a dream or something. You might win something now. All right, yeah, we up now. Okay, that's it. All right, so back again. All right, earlier Ms. Marin called somebody, but I want to really acknowledge some of the writers on this spoken word 501. There's a book there with a compilation. First of all, they said ladies before gents, even when the tiger come. So I'll call out to have the Miss Margaret Reynolds and have Manana Reynolds. And of course we have Mr. Sean Taylor. Stand up, man. Please stand up and be recognized. River of Fire, Miss Margaret Reynolds, they're back there. They all came together and they compiled this lovely document to the writers of the world. Alright, and if you need any copies, please contact Miss Margaret Reynolds. Alright, thank you very much, and we'll continue now with the program. Okay, I know this person has a lovely voice. So I'll come over to sing a song for us. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly welcome Miss Clara Salman. Miss Clara Salman will be singing for us tonight.